like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week.
The Earth, with its many secrets unearthed and discovered from time to time, has never ceased to amaze us. Just when you think you have made the most fascinating historical discovery, someone, somewhere, is unearthing some other archaeological mystery in some other part of the world. Despite the advancements in science and technology, there are still many unanswered questions and mysteries surrounding dozens of some of these ancient artifacts and discoveries. Are they from aliens, our ancestors, or some strange race that may have visited the planet? In this video, we will be looking at the 10 most mysterious ancient artifacts. You will be shocked by number 1 on this list, so relax and watch till the end. Number 10. Roman Dodecahedrons. Some 300 years ago, the first dodecahedron, a 12-sided metal object, was uncovered in England. Since its discovery, more than 100 similar objects have been found in locations across Northern Europe and were part of the Roman Empire. 300 years later, scientists and historians still do not know what the objects are. Some have speculated that they were used as weapons. Others have thought that they may have been toys for children, or even distancing measuring tools. In the midst of all this, one thing is sure. The dodecahedrons are considered valuable because they have been found buried with Roman coins. Unfortunately, there is no written documentation, meaning these objects, which adds to the mystery surrounding the dodecahedron. Number 9. The Lewis Chessman. It's no secret that the game of chess has been around for a very long time. However, a peculiar set has been of interest to historians, archaeologists, and chess enthusiasts for more than a century. Far back in 1831, a chess set washed up on the Isle of Lewis Dunes, off the coast of Scotland. What makes this board unique is that it's the only complete surviving chess set from medieval times. However, archaeologists are not quite sure how this chess set, made in Norway more than 1,000 years ago, ended up on the Isle of Lewis. Several theories are surrounding this. The most popular one is that when the chess set was created, the Western Isles, which included the Isles of Lewis, were part of Norway, not Scotland. It is thought that a merchant might have buried the set for safekeeping before traveling to Ireland to use for trade. It's only a theory, mere speculation. Until today, this is one historical find that remains a mystery to everyone. Number 8. The Wedge of Oud. In 1971, a group of archaeologists in Oud, Romania, discovered a wedge-shaped object buried about 35 feet underground, alongside 2 mastodon bones. You might begin to wonder how this is of any importance. Just wait. This wedge was discovered alongside mastodon bones, which would make the artifact around 11,000 years old. Meanwhile, aluminum was not discovered until the early 19th century. Till today, the exact origins of the age of the object remain unknown. Historically and archaeologically, scholars have no clue how it ended up near bones from 1,000 years before aluminum was discovered and used to make tools. Number 7. Human Skull Cap. This cup, made of a human skull, discovered at Gruag's Cave in Somerset, England, dates back nearly 15,000 years. Scientists actually believe that they know its origin, and full disclosure, it's stomach-churning. The object appears to be something made and used by a group of cannibals. What's unclear is why and how said cannibalism took place. The best guess we can come up with that it was part of some sort of spiritual ritual. Number 6. The Dropper Stones. Discovered by a team of archaeologists in the Luka in China, hundreds of discs of stones were lying in the interior of a cave under a thick layer of dust. The discs that resemble phonograph records were 9 inches in diameter, with a circle cut out in the center, with tiny hieroglyphics all over the surface. According to experts, the discs are more than 10,000 years old. When the hieroglyphics were deciphered, they found that they had stories of spaceships crashing into the mountains, piloted by a group of people called Dropper. This is what the Chinese researcher who was working on the Dropper Stones revealed and concluded. Unfortunately, he was made a laughingstock by the scientific community and went into exile in Japan. Later, Russia took an interest in these stones and asked China for some samples. After China sent some samples, they researched them. They could sense some extraordinary vibration or hum rhythm, as if electrical charge was passing through it. The research on it was discontinued later, or at least was not made public. Regardless, these stones still arouse a lot of curiosity among people. For now, no one knows where these stones are stored or what is being done to them. Number 5. The Dodecahedron Spears. In the 1930s, workers from the United Fruit Company began clearing the land in the valley of Costa Rica. They came across several perfectly round stone spears. These giant stone spears, with some dating as far back as AD 600, can be found all over the Dodecahedron Delta of southern Costa Rica. Locally known as Las Bolas, or the Ball, most of these rocks are made from a rock known as grabo and are made from molten magma. They were made during the pre-Columbia civilization period. According to archaeologists, people of that civilization used small stones to carve these stones into perfect circles. However, some non-experts speculate that these spears were used for the purpose of astronomy. Others believe that these rocks were used to show directions to important places. Though they are clearly man-made, exactly who made these, how they did it, or when it happened, and why, remains unclear. The reason is only being speculated. According to John W. Hoops, the Chicobani people inhabited this region. They perished due to the Spanish conquests, so the reason to have these spherical rocks also passed with them. Number 4. The Maine Penny. In mid-1950s, an amateur archaeologist from Maine made the discovery of a lifetime. What appeared to be a silver Norse penny, made between 1065 and 1093, although some in the archaeological and scientific community have denounced it as a hoax. If the coin is real, it proves evidence of Viking contact with North America several years before Columbus. The only other credible Viking artifacts found in North America comes from Newfoundland. This is the only evidence we have that Vikings may have made it further south. Part of the mystery is why only one coin, rather than a larger haul, was found on the site. But when the Maine State Museum sent a team to further investigate the site, they discovered many other out-of-place artifacts from outside the region. They speculated that Native Americans may have conducted trade on the site, or it was possibly used as a sort of pre-Columbia World's Fair where different objects were on display in one location. Whatever the case may be, the coin's full story is unknown and is yet to be discovered. Number 3. The Ancient Plains. These gold trinkets found in Egypt have been called zoomorphic by archaeologists. Still, you'd be surprised to find out that these gold trinkets look like the current design of airplanes in South and Central America. While it looks like a good mix of bird or fish, or something between the two, there's no specific answer about its origins. Interestingly, it's also a certain existing features that can be found on airplanes like wings, landing gear, and even a stabilizing tail. It is very similar to the fighter jets in these modern times. Which begs the question, was it possible to fly planes 1,000 years ago? Or was it actually a blueprint for modern day inventors, since they say ideas are a dime a dozen? There is no reasonable explanation for these trinkets. There will probably never be one, which makes it even more interesting since we can make as many speculations as possible. Number 2. A nuclear reactor believed to be 1.8 to 2 billion years old. In 1972, a French factory used to import uranium ore from Okla, Gabonese Republic. They found that on the site, the uranium was already extracted. They also discovered a large-scale nuclear reactor used in that area that must have been in use about 1.8 billion or even 2 billion years ago, and was in operation for as long as 500 million years. The former head of the United States Atomic Commission, Dr. Glenn T. Seaborg, noted that it could be a natural phenomenon. However, it had to be a nuclear reactor built by man, because to burn uranium, the conditions need to be very precise. The water also needs to be purer than what exists naturally. It is indeed a wonder that 1.8 billion year old nuclear reactors could even exist. If such technology existed in those times, there should be more evidence about the technology. This is another mystery that may never be solved, as there is no real concrete explanation for it. And the number one spot, the artefact mechanism. Like something fresh out of a pirate/treasure hunting movie, the artefact mechanism was found by divers in the sunken wreckage of the Archaeological ship near Greece in the 1900s. It is believed to be the first mechanical computer and was apparently designed to understand or calculate astronomical positions. The design and mechanisms of this ancient Greek computer are a top quality, considering the era that it comes from. It is a box with dials on the outer parts and super complex set of gears within. X-rays taken in the 1970s and the 1990s reveal that the mechanism was likely to track the sun, moon, and planets. Because the X-rays were hard to interpret, it wasn't until an archaeologist and his team did CT scans on the artifact in 2006 that hidden inscriptions inside the mechanism were discovered. Several missing pieces likely to hold important clues to the origin and purpose of this early computer, as well as the meaning of the hidden inscriptions. The archaeologists believe that there must have been some predecessors to this fine instrument, but none have been found. Hence, it is even more impressive to find such an elaborate mechanical astronomical clock that was non-existent in Europe until the 14th century. So the biggest questions that emerged out of this discovery is, how did the Greeks manage to build this complex mechanism without technology at their disposal? Or was there technology that we didn't know of? There are many such questions, but no answers. And there are 10 most mysterious ancient artifacts. Which was most captivating and exciting? Let us know in the comments. To get more content like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.